Judges ready?
Yep.
Yep. Audience ready? Honestly, this is stressing me out right now. All of you are looking at me, listening to me, like I'm gonna say something important, but to be honest, I'm not. And you might be thinking, that's a weird thing to say at the beginning of your speech. And you're right, but I guarantee when each of these competitors come up here, that's the exact same thought process you have going on. Because you come up here and you practice your speech all day, you have it running in your head, and you practice it in the mirror last night, and you think you're gonna do great. You come up here, and you look out, and I swear to God, this is what you all look like right now. Just waiting for you to say something that may or may not be funny, and to be honest, ADSs usually aren't that funny. So to those people that are going to go after me and you're tapping your foot, you're picking at your nails, and you're running your speech in your head, I'm here to tell you that it's not worth it. Okay? And I know you might be thinking doing well at this is the point of speech and debate, but bear with me, okay? I think that this generation is so entirely focused on the perfect, so entirely focused on becoming the best, that we define our success on the people around us. Not only the people around us, but the person in front of us, with a pen and a paper and a place to turn it into. I believe there is beauty in the subjectivity. And fulfillment, success, and happiness doesn't come from what they say on a ballot. It doesn't come from a GPA or a grade point average. It comes from within. That's why I'd like to make the bold move and request that my judges give me 7s. Bear with me. There are 7 numbers at the bottom of your paper. I'm requesting that you circle a 7th one. I know there aren't 7 competitors, but I'm saying this because I don't need you to tell me my ideas are valid, and frankly, I'm not going to spend the next 4 minutes of my life pandering to these strangers that I don't know and frankly, I don't care about. I have these ideas, I have these things that I'm saying, and I don't need whatever you're going to say on a piece of paper to validate that. Now that I am already in last place, I can say whatever the hell I want. I just cursed. Starting with you judges. Who are you to judge? Judge? No offense, we don't know anything about you guys. What if you watch The Big Bang Theory and genuinely think it's a really funny show? What if you, sir, got that shirt at Men's Warehouse? And what if you're a part of an adult softball league? That would be ridiculous. And you judge us constantly, and as high school students, we rely on the visions of adults around us to shape our own ideas, our own opinions, and how we communicate. But I think that some things are too subjective to be judged, too subjective to be put on a 1 through 7 scale. But as high school students, we don't want the subjective, right? We want the tangible. We want to stay up late all night studying or writing that essay so we can put it on that college application so that we can turn it in, so that maybe, if we're lucky, a bunch of old men in an admissions room that we don't know will say yes to us and send us a letter that say, you're accepted, not only to an institution, but to yourself. Because, right, this letter that you've worked for 4 years on, this is paper proof that you're enough, that you're smart. And then, on your fall break home from your fancy school, you can sit down at Thanksgiving table with all your dumb cousins with your Ivy League sweater and be like, oh yeah, at Harvard, we're learning about post-colonialized American economy. Super interesting. But hey, cuz, how's community college? Did you guys learn how to type yet, or next semester? Sorry. That's what we want, right? That's the goal. But I'm here to tell you that's not worth it. Getting accepted to a college that looks like a castle isn't going to solve all your problems. You know who went to Harvard? The Unabomber. Ooh. The Unabomber went to Harvard. You know who went to Yale? Kavanaugh. You forgot about Kavanaugh. I didn't. You know who went to University of Pennsylvania, an Ivy League institution? Donald Trump. Okay? So these places, they don't solve your problems, they don't make you more moral, they don't make you more original, and they especially don't make you better people. So what is it all for? I'll say one thing, right? Someone in this room is going to win ADS. Someone is going to, their judge is going to write the one, and they're going to go up on stage, and someone's going to say their name into a microphone, and they're going to be like, what? Me? Oh, thank you. It matches my earrings. Oh my goodness, right? Well, let me tell you, they're going to go home, and they're going to feel warm and fuzzy, and they're going to put that medal on their dresser. But after a couple weeks, it's going to start to look pretty dull. And so is an admissions letter, and so is a ballot, and so is a GPA, and so is a big house and a nice car. All those things, they don't make who you are. Getting into that college that looks like a castle doesn't make who you are. And the sooner you realize true happiness doesn't come from a GPA, it doesn't come from that guy who has a hat that matches his shoes. It comes from inside of you. So I raise this glass to not winning today, and not being fine, and just having enough courage to come up here and say your story. Tell what you believe in, and not caring what they say, not caring what we think, but looking inside yourself. Because at the end of it, at least you're not last place, because that's me. Thank you.